How's everyone doing? Today I have a Blu-ray collection update with 10 pickups. And if you've seen any of them, definitely let me know what you think of them and let me know which one of these is your favorite. Leave me those comments down below. And obviously you can see the big TV box set right there, and also probably the wraparound J-card top border for that Steelbook too. Very excited for this update right here and all these pickups. First up is the aforementioned TV show box set, the Frasier, the complete series on Blu-ray from CBS and Paramount. I love this show. It's a top 10 show for me. And for me, the best spinoff show ever. Spinoff from Cheers. Cheers is probably, I would say, my fourth favorite TV show of all time. Let me know what your favorite TV show of all time is. For me, The Wonder Years, the original Twilight Zone, X-Files, then Cheers, then I might say Seinfeld. But Frasier, top 10. You got Frasier, Niles, Daphne, Roz, Eddie right there. I'm really excited to delve into this again and rewatch them. Again, this is just awesome to me. One of my favorite shows. Definitely happy to have it on Blu-ray now. And you can see the spines right there. I like how, they're doing that right there for the different seasons. That's, in my opinion, the best way to do it. I know you see a lot of like stacked disc sets and then ones with like the swing trays where they're stacked on there. This is the best way to do it. A case for each season like this. It just looks nice, more aesthetically appealing. Maybe the other ones might take up less room. But again, this is just, for me, the best way to do it. And these will have swing trays too, but they're not like super stacked, piled upon each other. Even if I don't think these ones are stacked at all, at least in this first one. But it's still less than those ones that are just super piled on. And then I feel like those box sets, they just, like those little swing trays, they come right out. They don't stay in there properly because of that, how many discs are in there. But this is the best way to do it for me. I love the show. Let me know what you think of this show if you've seen it. It's not for everybody. I don't know. I think it's intelligent humor. I feel like the same way with Big Bang Theory. Not everybody loved that show, but I feel like it was the same thing, kind of like, nerdy comedy. This one is a little bit obviously more adult, but I always enjoy the heck out of this one, even when I was a kid growing up. And I know they're talking about doing the reboot. That was officially confirmed. So I'm looking forward to seeing that as well with some of the characters, going forward. But obviously not all the characters are still here. The father has passed on. Eddie's passed on. But just to see some of the characters back, I think is really cool. Hopefully they can recapture that magic from this show. Again, one of my favorites. So I'll be talking about that show, this release more in depth coming up in the future. And I'm getting some packages delivered right now. But we've also got the Pulp Fiction Steelbook right here from Paramount. Beautiful. This is just an all-time classic. Let me know what your favorite Tarantino movie is. I think this is it. He's one of those directors to me that doesn't have a bad movie. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood might be my least favorite, but still it's an amazing movie. And this to me is one of the greatest examples of a MacGuffin in a film ever. Kiss Me Deadly, Maltese Falcon are a couple other of my favorites. Let me know what your favorite MacGuffin film is, or use of a MacGuffin in a film. But Pulp Fiction is just a classic to me, and I love the design for this Steelbook. The cast is so many amazing scenes and moments in here and quotes. Let me know what your favorite scene in Pulp Fiction is, for that matter. I believe, to me, there's a digital copy in here, and then there's the 4K and then the Blu-ray. To me, I believe this deserved more accolades and awards. But look, that's so amazing to me. I love that dance sequence too. I just watched Wednesday, which actually blew my expectations out of the water. I wasn't really expecting to enjoy it as much as I did. I absolutely loved it. And it makes me think of the dance scene in that a little bit too. But I wanted season 2 for Wednesday. Let me know if you saw Wednesday. I know it's kind of off topic, but the dance scene in here just kind of reminded me of that. But love the heck of out of this design for the Steelbook. Beautiful Steelbook. You see a lot of companies now, Lionsgate, they've been doing those Steelbooks for a while, but other companies like Mondo and Mill Creek have been doing that same design where it has a slipcover, but Lionsgate upped the game a bit, and now you're seeing a lot more studios releasing Steelbooks. Paramount, for instance, too. They did that Event Horizon one, but they're just, in general, this one doesn't have the slipcover, but they're stepping up the game for beautiful looking steelbooks. Like for me, I stopped getting steelbooks for a little bit just because I was kind of tired of them, and I just feel like some of the artwork wasn't that great, and we're just getting so many re-releases. But the artwork has been amazing lately for the majority of the steelbook, so I've definitely got back into it big time over the past like year and a half or so. And this is another example of just an amazing release. I love this design. And then, of course, it's a 4K release, so definitely excited for that, and can't wait to check out the transfer. Next up is another 4K release. This one's from Warner Brothers. Don't Worry, Darling, directed by Olivia Wilde and also starring Olivia Wilde. She did Booksmart. Everybody raved about that one. I enjoyed it, but I didn't think it really lived up to the hype for me. I still think it was definitely showing her talent as a director. I think she's actually a really good actress too. This one to me misses the mark. The way that the twist comes about is just, it's so convoluted. I love the buildup, like all the psychological elements going on in the beginning, and then just kind of falls apart in the final act for me. Florence Pugh was amazing. Her acting performance, incredible. For me, she was the best part of Black Widow too, but I really enjoy her as an actress. The cast here, everybody was complaining about Harry Styles, and I know people were saying that his performance in was at My Policeman, I think was even worse, but I didn't think his performance was terrible in here, but it just wasn't memorable. And he's supposed to be a lead. He was like the least memorable acting performance in the whole movie. Nick Kroll was great in his, limited screen time on here, but I just watched his special on Netflix recently, which was hilarious. And I loved him in The League too. But yeah, the whole cast was really good here. Outside of Harry Styles, again, it wasn't a terrible performance. It just wasn't memorable, and it should be for a lead here. But Chris Pine, Olivia Wilde, again, just everybody. And, there's a lot of drama with this. The production and then post-production too. Harry Styles supposedly spitting on Chris Pine, and then just all the drama on set and casting and stuff like that. So for given all the issues for this film, maybe it's not as bad as it could have been. But I think the biggest issue was the writing here, just how it plays out. The cinematography was amazing. And again, Florence Pugh was really the driving force for this one. Although, again, a lot of the supporting cast, including Olivia Wilde, did a really good job. It's right from when I saw the trailer, I was like, this reminds me of Stepford Wives. And it kind of has some elements of that, kind of like a utopian society. Has that like 50s, suburbia feel to it. And they're in this like utopian society, and they're not supposed to go outside of this area. And one of the characters is acting erratically, and she went out to that area. And then so her character is kind of like looking into that as well. And then certain things start happening. She starts seeing things, and, she's kind of feels like she might be losing her grip on sanity, kind of that thing, like what's real, what's not. So a lot of like psychological elements, but then the way that it really plays out at the end is just a letdown. There was some good buildup. So for me, it just misses the mark, but I'd like to see what she does in the future directing-wise. I do think she's talented, and especially as an actress too. So I'll check out other stuff that she does, and I'll check out anything that Florence Pugh does. So for me, it misses the mark. I feel like it's a very divisive film. I've heard some negative reviews for it and some positive ones. I would say, check out the trailer, see if it intrigues you, and just go in with tempered expectations. But again, caveats aside, I think that visually stunning, and then Florence Pugh just, so I was, even though I was disliking a lot of the elements going on, I was like, wow, but Florence Pugh is amazing in the role. So that was my, my big thing there. And nice to see a 4K release for that. I feel like there's some films that, you get the Blu-ray and then a few months later, the 4K is announced. So I was worried that was going to be the case for that one. Next up is, DC animated one. It's Batman and Superman Battle of the Super Sons. There's a lot of really good DC animated films out there, and especially some of the ones from Warner Brothers for like the Mortal Kombat animated ones. Scorpion's Revenge one was so friggin' good. So I would definitely recommend the Mortal Kombat animated ones from Warner Brothers, and then a lot of the DC animated ones too from Warner Brothers are really good. This one to me, I thought was just about average for me. I wanted more from it. It's really, gearing or focusing on the two kids right there, Robin and then Superman's son. And, they can actually end up, saving the world essentially, because a lot of the superheroes here are being taken over by like an alien force right here. And it's just, at first they, they kind of clash, especially, Robin's character right here. Damian Wayne, young sidekick right there. And then you've got the boy Wonder. And they, immediately he's, clashes with kind of everybody. And then he's just trying to figure out his powers. He's just getting them, and he doesn't really know how to utilize them. And then they obviously form a bond, and then they save the superheroes and save the world. And then there's like those starfish alien creatures right there. I liked elements here. I just wanted more from it. I think for me, the biggest gripe was, focusing on these kids. I just didn't find them all that interesting. He was so angsty. It was just a stereotype that was just, too overt. And the animation style was good. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more of certain characters. And then I just felt like it was, you have this journey, and then you get there, and I wanted a little bit more from the build-up too. And then I felt like the conclusion, the climax was just a little bit anticlimactic. It was just over too quickly for me. But decent, I'd say average overall. And it is a nice release, presentation-wise, picture and audio quality-wise, from the 4K release here. Next up is 3,000 Years of Longing from George Miller of Mad Max fame. This one looks like it's gonna be like an adult version of Aladdin. There's a doctor here. She goes to Istanbul, and she gets like a genie in a bottle, or a djinn actually, and the djinn offers her 3 wishes in exchange for his freedom. But yeah, she makes a wish that surprises them both. So yeah, it seems like there might be like a romantic aspect here with Idris Elba and Tilda Swinton. I don't know too much about this, so I really didn't hear much about it, in fact, which is kind of surprising, given who's involved and the director. This has a 4K release as well. This is another release from Warner Brothers. I haven't seen this one yet, but I will be checking it out soon. I do like Tilda Swinton as an actress. I think she's got a great range. And Idris Elba as well. Is it confirmed that he's going to be the new Bond? I think he would be a great choice for the new Bond. So I'm not sure if he is confirmed, but he should be, I think. Next up is South Park Post-COVID, the 2 special events on here. And to me, South Park is still just as funny. It's just as relevant. They take stuff that's going on, in current news, and they do a great job of, poking fun, satirizing, and just, it's still hilarious to me. So, excited to see these new specials on here. And I don't think, I saw the one COVID special. I don't think I've seen the post-COVID one. So, definitely looking forward to checking this one out. And 2 special events post-COVID. And look at the cast right there, all grown up. That's great. But let me know who your favorite South Park character is, and if you have a favorite South Park episode. And next up is Better Call Saul Season 6. This includes uncensored special features from AMC. Spinoff from, Breaking Bad. And I think they're going to be doing a spinoff of this one, Slippin' Jimmy or something like that. I haven't seen this show. I've seen like parts of like the first season. I think I'm like the only person in the world that didn't love Breaking Bad. I think I need to really sit down and properly revisit. Like I only saw like a couple episodes. I think I saw like the first 2 episodes, and then another episode of later in that season, then another episode in like another season. And then I saw the final, like not even the complete final episode, like half of the final episode. I just remember thinking like the one scene was like the ending with the one certain thing, and I was like, you could see that coming a mile away. At least, I'm always thinking about different things, and I feel like certain things are very formulaic, shows and movies and stuff. So I saw that one element just coming a mile away. But I'm gonna, sit down and check this out. I feel like everybody's been raving about it. I love Bob Odenkirk, though. I thought he was amazing in the movie Nobody. I think a really underrated action movie. I'll take that over the John Wick movies even. And for me, the Raid movies are the best modern action movies, and some of the best action movies of all time. I'll absolutely take them over the John Wick movies. The John Wick movies are so derivative. It's just essentially the same movie with just 1 or 2 like plot things changed. And I'm also not a big fan of Keanu Reeves acting wise. I feel like they could put anybody else in there, and it's probably be better. But Better Call Saul Season 6 released here from Sony. I will be sitting down and finally checking this out. And I feel like I should give Breaking Bad another chance, because I just feel like I didn't watch it straight through. Like sometimes it takes a few episodes to hook you, and then like I watched episodes from other seasons just like out of sequence, and I was like, what's going on here? I don't really care for this element. So I feel like that was a bit unfair. And then Bryan Cranston, and then I can't remember the other guy's name right now. Something Paul, right? But they were actually like right down the street from me at the local liquor store promoting whatever alcohol they had going on, tequila, whatever. And I feel like a lot of actors are doing that now. Kurt Russell had his own, I think it was a wine or something that he was promoting. But Bryan Cranston, and then the other guy, Paul, I think his last name is. I can't remember his first name. He's been in other stuff, but most notably Breaking Bad. But they were right down the street, my local liquor store. And I didn't find out until the next day. Somebody posted about it on Facebook. I was so mad. I was like, that would have been cool. I mean, for me, I'd be meeting Bryan Cranston more for like Malcolm in the Middle. But yeah, Better Call Saul, season 6. Time to finally sit down and really watch that. I've seen, parts of episodes. Next up is Discovery, Star Trek, season 4 right here with over 90 minutes of special features. Then there's some of the special features on there. Star Trek I grew up on it. I love the original series, but Next Generation is what I would watch all the time as a kid. That's one of my favorite shows too. Deep Space Nine was really good. I mean, so many. Picard is the only one so far that has let me down. And I feel like I need to watch more of it, because I watched like the first 4 or 5 episodes maybe, and I was not into that one. So out of all the Star Trek series, that's the only one so far that's disappointed me. Let me know what your favorite Star Trek iteration or series has been over the years, and let me know if you've seen Discovery and what you think of it. But 104 minutes of special features, so total. I don't know why I did over 90 minutes, but you can put the exact number on there. They have it on the back. So this is a release from Paramount CBS. And again, you have the swing tray right there with the episodes. And then you've got on the liner right there, the interior, you've got the episode guides as well. So very simplistic, straightforward. Great job with the release as far as the packaging wise. And I've seen some of these episodes, but again, kind of like out of sequence. So I'm looking forward to checking out the full season where I can sit down and watch it straight through. Next up is Reacher Season 1, which I haven't seen. People were raving about the trailer for this. People were just putting down Tom Cruise. And I thought I'm always going to be defending Tom Cruise. I think he's an amazing actor, especially action-wise. But if you look back to all of his films, his filmography, he's done so many great, amazing films. I still haven't seen Top Gun Maverick. I know everybody's raving about that one, saying it's one of their favorites. And I love the original Top Gun, but it's not one of my favorites from him. I would say maybe, probably makes the top 10, but not my top 5. But I think he's an awesome actor. I know a lot of people kind of, point out some of the stuff, with, Scientology. I don't really care about that. I don't care if he's talking to Oprah, jumping on couches and stuff, especially, in contrast to what other actors have done and terrible, disgusting things, and directors. So I really don't give a crap about his, what he does, and it's just, especially in comparison to, so many other people that have done terrible things. So I feel like people are just too judgy. But to me, Collateral, that movie, even if you're not a Tom Cruise fan, sit down and watch that movie. To me, that is such an underrated one from Michael Mann, Jamie Foxx in there too. But his performance in there is incredible. I think that will change your mind if you're not a Tom Cruise fan. So that was like the thing that I saw for the trailers. Everybody was raving about this guy, and to me, he looks too big. He looks too, he should be in like a Marvel movie or something instead, or a wrestler or something. But we'll see. I've heard great things about it, so I'm gonna give it a fair chance. And it's got the stupid Rotten Tomatoes sticker on there, which I'm gonna peel off. Again, I'm not a fan of the Rotten Tomatoes, rating site. I feel like there's no middle ground. It's either 90 or 10. IMDb is the best legitimate rating site. Again, I've heard great things about it. It includes 30 minutes of special features right here, season 1 from Paramount. And I've heard it's more, gritty and, I don't know, this more grounded in realism. So hopefully that will be the case. Again, I do like a lot of the action series. And apparently he read for the role, the lead actor here, all of the Jack Reacher novels from Lee Child. I want to say 24 or 27, something like 20 something for each one. But yeah, gonna check this one out soon too. And then this one right here is The Loneliest Boy in the World from Welgo USA. Looks like it's gonna be kind of like a satirical take on like suburbia life. It's basically, they say it's a modern fairy tale with zombies. And this kid, Oliver, is unsocialized and sheltered. And then there's, he deals with the loss of his mother. And he's having trouble making friends. And, he wakes one morning and finds that there's, some zombies abound. And he's making friends with these zombies. And there's a bunch of misadventures and wild things happening. And, the social workers checking on him and stuff like that. So yeah, his friends are zombies now, and it looks like it's going to be an interesting, quirky, offbeat, zom-com kind of movie. Again, satirical take on suburbia life is what I really got from the trailer. But I'll be checking this one out soon too. So there you go. Those are the 10 pickups. Let me know, do you collect Steelbooks still, or are you a big fan? I know some people are, some people aren't. Again, I stopped and then I got back into it the past year and a half of really, hooked me back in, especially companies like Lionsgate and Paramount. But yeah, some good TV shows in here. Let me know what your favorite TV show on currently is. For me, it's Yellowstone, and I can't wait to see the next, spinoff for that too, limited series wise. I have, where is the other one? 1888 over here somewhere. But I'm looking forward to the next one in that franchise. And to me, Yellowstone is incredible. Love the heck out of it. Even if you're not like a Western fan, there's a lot of like drama and romance aspects too. I feel like anybody can enjoy it. Even girls. I feel like, I had my girl, she was not interested when she, saw like clips and stuff of it. But I was like, you got to give it a chance. She still hasn't watched it with me, but she's super not into Westerns and stuff like that. And she's, more into like, I would say animated shows and stuff, and really raunchy comedies like Always Sunny and, Futurama. And those, I love those as well. But, I guess my tastes are a little bit more eclectic and diverse, and I feel like everybody should give Yellowstone a chance. And I think there's something for, the romance aspects too, and, drama. It's gritty. It's got some, I love the family drama too. It's awesome. So my favorite show on TV currently, Yellowstone, and I just finished House of the Dragon, and I'm mad I have to wait 2 years for that. And then, Wednesday, I think it might be like 2 years for the next season of that too. So some good shows out there, but also you have to wait a long time too. Production, especially for, House of the Dragon. But there you go. Let me know if you've seen any of them, what you think of them, and which your favorite is from these pickups right here. Some great stuff. Really excited to delve into some of the ones that I've seen and want to revisit and check out the transfers, and some of the ones that I haven't seen. And forgive me for the Breaking Bad comments. I feel like I should have given it a better chance. I didn't watch it straight through. Sometimes you might need more than a couple episodes to hook you. And then I watched a couple episodes in different seasons, like out of sequence and stuff, and that probably didn't help my experience there. But the first 2 episodes I watched, it was like, I wasn't that into it. So there we go, though. I'm definitely looking forward to checking out a lot of this stuff. This is like, for me, like one of my favorite recent pickups right here. Some good stuff I've been meaning to check out and stuff I want to revisit. And again, the Frasier set is just so awesome to me. And this Pulp Fiction Steelbook, incredible. So there we go. Let me know all those thoughts. Leave me those comments down below. And I hope everybody's doing well. Take care.